What is going on, Geeks and Gamers? I don't know what Jay's doing, and I hope no one makes a gif of him doing that. That's going to be really awkward, especially when some Legion of Memers Photoshop stuff in. But there you go, just mouth wide open, big smile on his face, jerking off to imaginary dicks. Drunk 3PO, what's going on?
What's up, man? Back. This is supposed to be Friday's show, but it won't be here Friday, so I guess they moved us over to Tuesday.
Yeah, well, Jeremy's got a new gig. He's actually the new PR director at Respawn. They figured since he's one of the 200 people that have been asking for Titanfall 2 for like the last 3 years to be restored, they just would hire him. So he's going to spend most of his time as the PR director for Respawn now. So there is that. But yeah, as usually this is the Friday show. It's switching to Tuesday. We got some weird things going on. Against the Spread, myself and Robert Barnes, that is actually going to be tonight on Sports Wars instead of Wednesdays like it normally is. We still have Tuesday night's main event going on, however, so things are a little bit weird. Things are a little bit wacky, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. Jay, what kind of shirt is that?
Somebody sent me in my PO box, and you know who you are, One Piece shirt. I'm glad they got the right size, because sometimes usually when people send me shirts, it's either like three sizes too small, so I just hold it up during a live stream and go, thank you for the shirt, or it's like 3 sizes too big. So this is
You want to see the most recent shirt I got sent?
Yeah. Let's see what we got here.
Now, there's some story behind this.
Yeah,
this is a t-shirt from the Chattanooga Lookouts, who are a minor league baseball team. And if you're from the Chattanooga area, it might be abbreviated as Nooga. And the Lookouts have the little eyes here. Some people got very offended with this shirt. They thought it said something else.
How dare
I don't know
they?
why they would think that, but
how dare they?
No.
That's pretty awesome, man. Let's make sure you wear that out and about when we're together so I can record some stuff and have a good laugh. So
depends where we're at. It depends what part of town we're at. I don't want a John McClane incident. You know what I mean?
That's true. That's
Just
true.
Saying. Just saying.
No, it's good, man. It's good. People know I was away. I was hanging out with grandma and family and stuff for a little while. Then I went to the beach up in North Carolina. Just have a little break, and then now we're back. And then I'm getting ready to leave again. I'm leaving Thursday. I'm heading to Salt Lake City, Utah. And if you're gonna be there at the Fan X, come hang out and see me and Gina Carano. You don't have to pay for my autograph or photo.
Dude, the only thing I know about, Salt Lake City is that the Olympics were there and that the beer's like only 3% alcohol. That's really all I know about Salt Lake City. And I assume there's probably a Salt Lake somewhere around there. But I don't know too much about.
I'm looking forward to seeing a mountain. That'd be kind of nice.
What's the nightlife like in Salt Lake City?
Well, apparently the Mormons get a little feisty, after 7 p.m. So we're gonna see how that's all about. But yeah, so I leave Thursday, and then so Thursday, me and Gina will be walking around the town, trying to find some trouble in the mean streets of Salt Lake City, Utah.
You have a bodyguard there to protect you.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be like, she could handle the light work. And then, Friday we'll be at the con, Saturday we'll be at the con. And pretty cool because some of my old friends have already texted me and wanted to know if Gina was going to be there, such as Billy Zapka. He's like, hey, man, you doing okay? Yeah. Is Gina going to be at the con? I see her picture here. It's not canceling, is she? I'm like, I'm doing great, man.
Thanks for asking. Yeah.
Actually, yeah. So that was kind of cool. That was surprisingly cool. But I said she'll be there. So I think he wants some stuff signed for his kids or something. So
well, it sounded like you announced your return earlier than you intended when you showed up at Disney World yesterday.
Yeah.
Everybody thought it was you. What's the details? It was actually a bear. Is that the truth?
So a black bear snuck across the fencing, jumped They must have jumped over the fencing there, and the early reports were like it was at Tom Sawyer's Island. So Tom Sawyer's Island, like there's a little, they have that steamboat that goes around, and you could it probably not very deep, probably could have walked it, and they found it maybe in one of the caves there where the kids play. So, but then some of the other reports that it was up in a tree near the frontier land, where one of the roller coasters near Splash Mountain. But so it was a little sketchy. Anyway, they shut down half the theme park, and apparently they brought the Wildlife and Game Commission came in, shot it with a tranquilizer gun, and we have video. Have you seen the video?
No.
It's nothing really, but
I was gonna hope it'd be one of those ones where like the bear, like they shoot it and the bear like hits the trampoline. Have you seen that one?
yeah, like falls out of a tree.
Yeah.
But yeah, here I'll pull it up real quick. So we have an exclusive. It's really somebody, like, I guess either this was like helicopter footage, or someone put a drone up there. But yeah, you can share it whenever you want.
All right.
My screen. So they're obviously carrying the small black bear in a
Oh, he's
bag.
just a little guy.
Yeah. He wasn't very big.
He wasn't gonna do shit to anybody.
Nah, that's why they only closed like half the park. Oh, holy crap. Sorry about that. But yeah, so apparently they tranquilized him, and they just he's laying down on the ground, and they picked him up in a bag here and took him outside the park. Now, I'm not sure where they took him, but this is all the stuff that he had to climb over to get into the theme park as well. So he was making his way. Somebody probably left a giant bag of popcorn or some hot dogs in the trash, and he just was a little hungry. But yeah, they're going to put him in this golf cart and take him on his way. It wasn't me. But it looked like they killed it.
Yeah, I was gonna say it does look like, because they're like rapping about it, does look like he's dead. He probably is. They just didn't want to tell anybody. Like, oh, we just tranquilized him. He's just sleeping, kids.
They shot him in the face.
Yeah, they pulled a Harambe.
Yeah, exactly. They didn't want to tell anyone.
I don't know. Magical place on earth. A bullet through the head doesn't kill you here at Disney World.
Could you imagine? Like, I just couldn't imagine like going. If you've never been to Tom Sawyer's Island, nobody really goes there anymore because you got to take a little raft to get across, and it's just a playground area.
Are you allowed to use the N-word there?
I don't know. Okay.
I
haven't been over there in years because there's nothing to do there. You just walk around, like, and there's just a playground for kids. Like, you can imagine, like, and they have like tunnels that kids could crawl through, and you're like, yeah, it's like, can you imagine like finding a bear? Hey, Mom. The Country Bears Jamboree guy's here. Lizard Lips is what his name is. So, yeah, kind of crazy. But what do you do with it? Like, what do you do with it? They're just going to drive him somewhere and drop him off?
You probably take, I don't know. You take him to the zoo or some shit? I don't know.
So some zoo's called, hey, we could use a black bear over here.
Maybe. I don't know. Like, where do you put him? Obviously, there's probably a forest around the area where bears hang out. You just fucking like roll him down a hill and wait till he wakes up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like,
I'm not sure either.
What do you do with that? I mean, Disney needs all the money they can. So if they sell it to a zoo, probably help with.
Yeah, but it's not like it's a
stock.
panda or something. It's just a fucking normal ass bear.
Yeah,
like.
And it's a small black bear that they live in Florida, so apparently it just kind of got loose.
I've never even seen a fucking alligator here that I can remember. So,
really?
I saw more alligators when I lived in South Carolina than I have since I've been here.
Somebody in the chat says they're gonna drop it off at Universal. Yeah, that's what they should have done. They should just like let it loose.
It's City Walk.
Yeah.
Like just valet up and open the door.
Yeah, just shake it up real big, just let it do some disruption over there, since they're beating them in all the numbers over at Universal. I can't believe you haven't seen an alligator. I see them like almost every other day. I'll start sending you pictures.
I don't need pictures. There's literally no difference in seeing a picture sent from you or seeing one on the internet or anywhere else. I don't need a picture. But I haven't happened upon them, I guess. Not in my neck of the woods. We do have some super chats. Tomac for $50.
Hey.
So Jay, can you tell me, is the One Piece real?
It is real, but I haven't found it yet. If you find it, you become king of the pirates.
I don't even really understand what that means. To be
so,
honest.
One Piece. So in the whole story of the One Piece show is there was a pirate and he got captured, but he had this massive treasure and called the One Piece, and he hid it somewhere. So if you find it, you become king of the pirates. So that's the whole show. It's like these people go out trying to find the One Piece.
Let me guess, they never find it.
They didn't in season 1.
Considering the show's been going on, apparently the anime's got like 1,100 episodes. I assume they haven't found it yet either.
I don't know.
Spoiler alert. Sorry, I guess.
I don't know.
I heard that the first season essentially encompasses the first 100 episodes of the anime.
That's what I heard too. It's like they kind of put it all together.
Wild.
So.
We actually do. Listen, I know you guys wanted me to talk about One Piece. I'm finally going to talk about One Piece because I found a way to I found a way to work it in. Because apparently you should feel really bad that the She-Hulk star didn't get paid as much as one of the actors from the One Piece series. I don't know if you've seen this going around, Jay, but obviously She-Hulk, just like so many things that have come out from Marvel over the past couple of years, kind of sad, kind of embarrassing, kind of a cringe disaster for them. The fans did not like it. And for a while, we didn't hear anything about season two until a rumor came out. Oh, by the way, they're planning a season 2. We promise they're going to announce it after the strike is over. A little bit different to the way that something like One Piece was received on Netflix, despite people very worried about a live action adaptation of an anime like we've seen before. Fans really enjoyed what they saw from One Piece. I haven't watched it, really have no intentions of watching it, but a lot of people have really enjoyed it. And immediately, within a week, gets a season 2 renewal. Yeah. You loved it, right, Jay?
I did. I really liked it. It is what it is. You know, it's a silly, has pirates. It's a story of friendship, things like that. But they did a great job in exploring, like, I thought, like, each episode was kind of unique because everyone that's part of this crew, they go to their backstory, you know, and find out like what journey they're on and why they're each kind of like on a different journey, but on the same journey. I thought they did a good job. I thought the villains were great. It was very unique and creative. Like that's the only thing like I really got was like, holy crap. It's like extremely creative in their villains. It's not like, you know, like one of the villains is a clown. It's a clown pirate who wears clown makeup and he's got a superpower. I won't give away spoilers, but it's I thought it was very creative what they did.
Amazing.
But you just have to watch it, I guess, to understand. I thought it was really good.
But one story that started going around yesterday was just funny. And a lot of people were mocking it because it was like there's this push out there to make you feel better that this is wrong in some way, that Tatiana Maslany was wronged for not getting paid as much as one of the actors from One Piece. News. Makenyu, the actor who plays the role of Zoro, has apparently made 5 times more than the lead actress of She-Hulk. Now, Zoro is not the lead in this, but this actor is actually pretty well known, very popular in Japan, and has experience in live action adaptations of animes, and is a very skilled martial artist. So maybe there's a reason he's getting paid that much more. What they fucking failed to do in like these big headlines that are supposed to make you feel bad for Tatiana Maslany and your failed fucking show not getting paid as much is that Tatiana Maslany actually got paid more than nearly every other person involved in One Piece. When you look at the other characters and actors, look at this. The cast of the show is also compensated handsomely. According to Showbiz Galore, this guy who plays Luffy was paid $320,000 for his role. Emily Rudd was paid $200,000, while these people who played Sanji got paid $150,000 compared to Maslany, who got paid $500,000. So I don't think you should really be feeling bad for Tatiana Maslany getting paid $500,000 for her disastrous role in She-Hulk when this dude, who is pretty well known in this genre, is in a highly successful series that immediately got renewed for a season 2, got paid more than her. You're somebody who watched the show, Jay. Does it make sense that these people were paid what they were?
Absolutely. He also brings a skill set, I believe, and like he's like a sword fighter, things like that. So I mean, he brings a different skill set. Plus, like you said, he is very popular, and they're bringing in another big star to kind of push the series. She is not. This is the same person, the She-Hulk star, who was out there picketing when she was saying that the writers on She-Hulk weren't getting paid anything, and some of them had to lose their health insurance. And I'm like, if you knew that was going on and you knew that bothered you, why didn't you speak up and say something then? Why did you have to wait until you're standing next to AOC to make your political statement against Disney? That's just where I'm coming from with all this. It's like, it wasn't when it becomes like social popular to say I wasn't getting paid and my writers weren't getting paid and look at this. Oh, woe is me. Now she comes out and says something. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's just funny that the media's like trying to get this push for you to feel like this is like not justifiable or something. That's really what it's all about. It's supposed to make, I can't believe she didn't get paid as much as this. Not, I don't want to say side character, but not the lead character of One Piece. Trying to make it into some kind of gender wage thing or whatever.
Always.
It's just bullshit.
Yeah, it's all it is.
To
Listen,
be honest, everyone involved with She-Hulk made too much.
That's it. All right, so listen. I have a credible source about certain Disney Lucasfilm contracts. And a lot of the times in some of their contracts, and I believe this was talked about online in interviews and stuff too, was Disney kind of says like, if you get to like certain seasons, then you get a percentage of like merch sales, then you get a percentage of different things. So basically, the longer the series goes, the more money that you end up making, and the contracts become a little different if you can make it to like 3 seasons and things like that. And so because a lot of these actors that come in like season 1, if they sell action figures, they don't get any money off that. So they don't get any money until they're like a more established character, and then that's how their contract works out. So she knew what her contract was before she signed on. Like, these people know before they step in, like what's going to happen and where it's going. So Disney has like some weird contracts where they kind of tell you like, hey, if you play this character, you'll be able to make money at conventions. You'll be able to make money doing this. You'll be making money doing this. So a lot of their salaries are a lot lower than others because they dangle certain things in front of you, like incentives that will move on. I've heard other Disney actors, like from Lucasfilm and Marvel, stuff like that, say the exact same things on interviews, where it's like they start off really low, and then they, the longer you're with the company, they give you more incentives and stuff like that. So
one of the things that Disney's notorious for is, because there are some rules about that, about compensation, things like that, when series, I think they go longer than 3 seasons. I think there's a rule. And a lot of times what they do, especially with some of their like their content like geared towards younger audiences, they'll just rename the show slightly. So I don't know if you remember that show Sweet Life with Zach and Cody.
Yes.
They, like, after a couple seasons, they did Sweet Life on Deck.
Yes.
And did a whole thing where it was like the same cast but a little bit different. So they changed what the official show is, so they don't get a 4th season of the original one. They get a 1st season of a new, slightly altered title. They've been getting blasted for that for a long time.
Yeah.
But that's all in an effort to maybe not have to pay these people as much, which that's part of the show business, I guess.
I guess so. I mean, that's the thing. It's like, what you're getting into, but they definitely know how to, like, imagine like if you appear, well, I don't know if it is how it is today, but if you appeared in a Star Wars show or a movie, a lot of times you can make a lot of money, even though you were a small side character. Like, I see them, like, like when I was at doing the cons with Gina not too long, last year, and you see these people, and they do have a fan base. Like, people want their autographs and stuff because you just had that moment either in a Marvel film or wherever. I mean, look at the guy, the from the original Power Rangers. That dude is at every single convention.
Which
lot
guy?
of them. Yeah. Well, the Red Ranger, the Black Ranger, the Blue Ranger. They were all at they've been doing conventions since like that show was canceled. They only had 2 seasons of the Power Rangers, but they just have a lot of popularity because they were a part of that, and that's how, you know, a lot of them make their money nowadays. So I guess that's one way to dangle a contract. They're like, hey, you're going to be a part of a show that eventually is going to pay off for you in the long run, because you could do conventions and make money and people will want your autograph and things like that. So that's another reason why they could probably pay them a lot less and just kind of say, you know, this will be something that could pay off for you in the long run. So I also know, like listening to these people talk about, like I said, like action figures and stuff, like they don't even, a lot of them don't even crack into that percentage until it's like, you know, they've played this character for longer than 3 to 5 years or however it works. So pretty wild. Because I don't see I don't see the newer Rangers like having that type of, I don't know, like fan base or anything like that. But like the original Rangers, even Jason David Frank, God rest his soul, but he was.
That's what I thought you were talking about when you were like, that original Ranger, he goes to all the conventions. I was like,
it was almost all of them, and then it was like, you know, the Asian Ranger died. She wasn't around, but and Pink Ranger, she hasn't really showed up too much, but the other ones have always done these conventions, you know, and they've been doing them for years. So I haven't seen like the newer Power Rangers show up, like at least at the cons we were at, but I could be wrong on that. But yeah, like Jason had a massive line wherever he went. So it's just weird, like how they do these contracts, you know. It's like, but like, you sign them, part of your thing. Don't come back and cry later if it's like, well, you got more money than me. So
where am I here? Let's catch up on some of these super chats. Praise be Allah for 2 says hail. Hello.
What?
Yeah, it's a meme. Apparently G.I. Joe, a real American hero, gets abbreviated ARAH. I thought it was just saying Ara or something.
Oh.
So I said it sounded like a Chinese Muslim. Praise Ara. So now that's become a meme here.
That's pretty funny.
Blake Barrett for 2. The date could be written as 19-9. Happy 199 day. I guess it could if you're from fucking Europe or something like that.
Yeah.
Don't they do that? Day, month, year?
I don't know, man. You can get Disney Plus for $199.
That's true. That's very true. Taker for 2. Jay helped catch the bear by tripping it.
Maybe.
Come
down here.
Sludge for $10. Disney, get that bear out of here. Baldur's Gate 3, get in that bear.
That's gross.
Nice. Roger Rubio. Where the fuck did that go? R.I.P. Harambe. Yeah, R.I.P. Burb Shid for 5. Getting tranquilized.
What's his name?
Burb Shid.
Oh my God, I'm dying.
Is this? Getting tranquilized in a free golf buggy ride sounds like a normal Saturday night.
Might be for some.
Michael Green for 10. Hi, Ryan and Jay. Other than Anakin and young Ahsoka scenes, the show's terrible. I finally ordered the Thrawn trilogy, though, to forget how terrible Disney Star Wars is. Can't wait to read them. Hey, I hope you have a good time.
Apparently.
It's so fucking crazy that that 14 million views that people put out. Oh my God, that's so incredible for Ahsoka. They've started announcing a bunch of things, and spoiler alert, Elemental, which lost money at the box office, which did not break even at the box office for Disney, but debuted on Disney Plus for the first 5 days, got nearly twice the amount of views that Ahsoka got, right? So that kind of puts into perspective that whole 14 million view thing and how silly it was that they put that out there and that people ran with that as if it was impressive. And Disney is now starting to put these things out there to make it seem like Disney Plus is successful while they're running this $1.99 deal for Disney Plus. They're trying desperately to spin everything they can to make it look like they're not failing, because their stock price has gotten so low at this point that they need to pretend to be successful like they did during the pandemic. That's what they did during the pandemic. They
Yeah.
told everybody Disney Plus is going to be so amazing. Look at all
Yeah.
these new subscribers we have. And their stock price went through the roof as they were losing money hand over fist. So that's what they're trying to do again.
100%. Their stock kind of dropped a little bit today too, didn't it?
Yeah, what's going on with this story here? I'm asking you, Jay. What's going on with this story here?
You're gonna pull something up. I'm sorry.
No, Jay told me that he has a bunch of park stuff that he really needed to talk about today.
Well, I said that it would that it would be, I'd have it ready. So, and I totally blew my chance to
yeah, I thought
really do something special here.
I thought you were introducing that. I thought you said that because you wanted to set that up and share that. But that's what happens.
Yes, so it was just announced today that Disney has decided to spend more money. Congratulations. I'll blow this up a little bit bigger. There we go. Wow, I figured out how to do that. That's kind of cool. Disney will spend 60 billion over the next 10-year period to expand and enhance its domestic and international parks and cruise line capacity. Nearly twice the amount spent in previous 10-year period, the company reveals. I guess this is a map of spending. So here we go here. This dip is obviously the shutdowns and all that fun stuff that we went through, and then it's back up. But $60 billion, I don't know where they are getting this money from, but I guess it's good that they want to talk about it. They're calling it turbocharging of the parks. That's what they're going to do. They released all this today. Accelerate storytelling, expand their footprint, advance commercial, leverage talent, and reach new fans. That's what they have to do. That's going to be their strategy to get things done. They said they've got 1,000 acres of land that they need to use to build it up. And they did say that senior Disney executives, including Bob Iger and Josh D'Amaro, are gathered with Wall Street analysts and investors at Walt Disney World in Florida today for an investor summit focused on Disney park businesses. So there it is. Yeah, 1,000 acres of land for future development to expand theme park space. Now, theme parks, that's the only thing they got left.
You have to wonder if this is in response to all the progress that Universal has been making, kind of cutting into that market.
100%.
Because as Universal has continued to kind of increase their market share, Disney stagnate a little bit. And we were seeing deals this summer. I don't go to Disney, but we were seeing deals this summer that apparently haven't been seen for a long time in terms of deals for Florida residents or people to get, single day tickets and stuff like that. That kind of made it clear they're really trying to get people to come back to the theme parks.
They have never introduced a ticket at $50 plus over the summer. That's usually their busy time. And for Bob Iger to come out and say, well, no one's coming to my park because it's hot over the summer is kind of stupid. It's kind of stupid to say. Now, after this announcement, people have already taken to social media to say, hey, you're going to spend all this money on your theme parks. Why not fix the stuff that's in your theme parks now? So this is part of Epcot. This is their jumping water fountain. You could stand under it and water will jump over your head.
Oh yeah.
It's so much fun. And they're saying, look how disgusting and how it's broken and it's not working, but yet they want to spend all this money on new stuff. Well, they're introducing something new that took them 3.5 years to build over at Epcot. The new Moana, whatever, water thing is about to open October 16th, I believe, 16th or 17th. And this is where they spent way too much money. So you can go there, Ryan, and put your hand over water and rise it up in a magical experience. And if that doesn't do it for you, you can always go there and just be this guy right here, because this was cast member previews. So however billions they spent on this, you could stand there and raise your hands and make a big splash. 3.5
Well,
years to build. Uh,
and there's nothing else about that land. Just you get to move your hands a little bit. So basically, it's kind of like all the stuff they have with Harry Potter with the wands and everything at
yeah,
Universal.
but you just use your hands and it just shoots water in the air. Now, when this opens
What
up to the,
what can they say except you're welcome? I suppose.
I see what you did there.
Mm.
I'm just saying, like when they open this up to the general, I don't know, like public, and there's gonna be like 100 kids there waving their hands in front of it, trying to make it work. It's gonna be dumb and stupid. Like it's just not gonna. It's just not gonna work. You're gonna have a long line of people putting their hands in the water, trying to make the water rise, and you're just kind of like, okay, thanks for that. But that's basically it. They spent all this. They spent years trying to put this together, thinking this was going to be something innovated, something new, something different, something magical, and it's beginning to fall flat
So
with
the idea of
people visiting.
1,000 acres to develop, which means they're looking at doing a new park. Like they're actually looking at building a new park. That'd be the first time in a while here in Florida that they did that, right?
Yeah, instead like what they're doing now is like they got rid of Splash Mountain and they're gonna put in Tiana's Bayou. So they just taken stuff they already had and like rethemed it.
Hmm.
So it hasn't been anything like much of an expansion. But
Yeah.
here's the big draw, Ryan. One last thing. This is what people are gonna come to see. 3.5 years, billions of dollars spent to come see a giant tree looking down at
Wait,
you.
is that real?
Yeah. Yeah, it's part of the land there in Epcot that you could walk and see.
Well, it surpassed this person's highest expectations. Um,
So there it
that
is.
looks fake. Like it
Yeah,
looks
it's
like
real. It's
AI.
giant. It's freaking. It's massive. So it's just a big lady bush.
I mean, Moana's a very popular, like a very popular movie of the like recent ones they've come out
Of
with in the last
course.
like decade or so. It seems to be a super popular one. So, I mean, it makes sense that they would do, a theming based off that. I do think with what you have with Super Mario World and the Epic Universe, and like all the stuff that Universal is building that they are rolling out, I do feel like they probably feel like they need to go big on something to get people back. Maybe people are just kind of tired of the same old shit from Disney that they've been to. And the people that are there that do go, they don't like the fact that some of their favorite rides or the ones that they remember are getting torn up and other things put in their place they might not be interested in.
One of the biggest issues with the Disney parks now is that it just looks like a carnival. There's like trash everywhere. Half the older stuff doesn't really work that well anymore. It's kind of like they just forgot. So it's just like, hey, we're gonna spend money on all this, and then just forget like some of the other stuff that people love. I mean, look how much they spent on that Star Cruiser, and they were planning
Yeah.
on building the Star Cruiser in Disney Paris and I think in Tokyo as well, because they thought that it was going to be such a big, massive moneymaker and a hit. And the Star Cruiser is what they blamed for them losing money at the Disney parks at this past, like, when they talked to all the stockholders. So they blamed the Galactic Star Cruiser. You just think that if they would build a Star Wars land, that they would put actually Star Wars in it. But, and today, since they announced that they needed $60 billion, they want more people to come into the park. And I'm telling you, this is for investors, man. I'm telling you, because they just want to take numbers. They're like, hey, look how many people we have at the parks. Right now, if you live in the state of Florida, you can buy a ticket that's $60 per day. And that'll take you all the way up to December. So, which is really massively, I mean, that's super cheap if you get the 4-day ticket, which is $235, which normally over the summer the tickets are like can go up to like $160, $170 a day. So the fact that they're down this for Florida residents, and also they're pushing pretty big too, like their hotels right now. They're saying, hey, come back to Disney. We'll give you, like in this article here, we'll give you 35% off if you have a special Disney Visa card. And they do this all the time. They're trying to see, like, test the waters. It's like if we give the discount to this, we give a Florida resident discount. If we give this, then maybe people will show up. But if they don't, we'll open it up to the general public. It's usually what they do first. It's like they start with people that have like an annual pass, or if they live in Florida, or if they have the Disney Visa. And if that doesn't work out for them the way they want, they open it up to bigger to everyone that they're just going to lower the rates. It's quite fascinating. I just think they're just trying to get as much people as they can to show numbers. And if they go to like investors and stuff, and they can say, hey, look, we had so many people visit our parks, it will definitely if you want to invest in our future, here you go. They also they're getting ready to launch a new cruise ship too. They launched another one not too long ago, the Disney Wish. And the Disney Wish has a $5,000 Star Wars drink that only one person has ordered since that thing has set sail. You know what you get with the I don't even know. You get 4 shots, a special container that you could buy at Galaxy's Edge for $29, and they put balloons in your room. And when you're not there, you can get balloons put in your room, Star Wars themed. And they also give you 2 tickets to Lucasfilm Ranch, I think in California, where you can I think you have a year to visit. So
like Skywalker Ranch?
Skywalker Ranch, yeah.
That's pretty cool. I fuck the drink. That would be pretty
But you could go to that ranch a lot cheaper than paying $5,000 for the. That's all I'm saying.
That's true. Bob Slayer for $20 says, hey, what's up,
hey,
Bob Slayer? Let's see. Michael Green for 10. I think I said that one already. Cole Hauser for 10. Yo, Jay and Ryan went back to watch 2003 Clone Wars, and it's nice to see how not a pussy Grievous is. Love it. Not ashamed to say I love the prequels. 199. Yo, Joe, praise Ara. Yeah,
I love the prequels.
I love the 2003 Clone Wars miniseries because it actually connects Attack of the Clones to Revenge of the Sith, unlike Clone Wars 2008, in my opinion. I don't think you can really make sense of those, that being in the middle of those movies. But it sets up a lot of things, including how Anakin eventually becomes a knight, including why Grievous is so feared, like why you should be scared of him, shit like that, which is done way better in that little Genndy Tartakovsky micro series than in the entire 7 seasons of Clone Wars.
Correct me if I'm wrong. It shows them kidnapping Palpatine, right? And that's how you get
that's
right.
It leads right up to Revenge of the Sith.
Right when it starts. Exactly.
100%. The Gilk Man for $10. One of the things I love about Geeks and Gamers is if someone likes Disney Star Wars like me, you won't hate on them. You might not like my opinion, but you respect it, which I appreciate that so much. Yeah, no problem, Thomas. I mean,
I don't care what you like.
Yeah, like to me, with all my shit, I just try to give my opinion. I don't tell anybody that they should think this or should think that. I'm just trying to tell you what I think about it and why, which sometimes I know that might be vastly different than what anybody else thinks about it.
I mean, you work hard for your money, spend it on what you want.
And then the Gilk Man member message for 27 months. Much love to you both. Hey. Thanks for being you. I don't know how to be anyone else, Thomas, so you're welcome. Shitface Cockmaster for $5.
These names, man.
Gotta love when Ryan, KK Kennel, and Mr. High Tea Drunk 3PO host G&G Daily. You guys are awesome. Keep up the good work. Thank you.
What did he call you?
That's what he said.
Oh, my God. That's
thank
hilarious.
You, Shitface Cockmaster. Blake Barrett for 2. My NGA. Hey, thank you. Probably
They're trying to get you to slip, ain't they?
Probably my Nuga, based on the Chattanooga shirt. Archer Blades for 320 yen. Luffy is a freedom-loving guy. That's what I like.
Yeah, his character, I clearly relate to, other than his superpower, but he just literally just walks around and he's just things just happen to him. It's just, I love it. He's just so carefree. He's like, I need a boat. Can I borrow your boat? Can I have your boat? And it's like they go on this adventure and he ends up getting a boat. I think it's great.
Mr. Toxicity for 2. I don't know how to say his name. Is it Mackinu? I think it's Mackinu. Is the great Sonny Chiba's son. Yes, that's what I heard. Son of a legendary actor. Dr. Rachel Lindbergh for 5. Hello, boys. Disney sucks and One Piece is good and all, but more importantly, where's the best spot in Florida to find gators? Do you have any advice for Dr. Rachel Lindbergh on where to find gators in
Like, you
Florida,
want to
Jay?
just go? You want to go see them? I can if you send me message me. I could send you. There's a free park like Polk County. They have a lot of free parks where there's tons of alligators that are there. You can go to Gatorland if you want to pay. I think it's like $10 to get in. They definitely have gators there. But if you want to go free, there's a lot of parks that advertise gators everywhere. Because we're like Central Florida. If you go, the closer you get to like the Everglades or the swamps, they're everywhere. So I live close to Legoland. It's not that long of a drive, and they have alligators in their park too. So just gotta look and see.
Jay's moist rag for 2. Hey Jay, it's been a while. You look sweaty.
Thank you.
Gross. Callum for $5. That character who's trans in One Piece Netflix eye roll westerns is not trans in the anime. He's just voiced by a woman in the anime. I don't know anything about that. I haven't watched the show.
I do know there's like a trans character, but they don't push they don't push that stuff in the show. Actually, Ryan, there's actually a line in the show where the guy that's getting paid more than the She-Hulk actor, when he's in his backstory, where he wants to be the greatest swordsman ever, but he can't beat a girl. And he's like, one day I'm going to be the greatest swordsman. I'm going to beat you. And she looks at him and says, sometimes girls can beat boys, but women can never beat a man. You're going to grow up stronger, faster, more reflexes than me, and you'll be the greatest swordsman. I was like, what the freak? Did they actually put that in the show? She literally told him, she's like, there's a difference between boys and girls, and one day you're going to be stronger than me, faster than me. That's just how life is. And he's like, okay. So then they're like, let's just train together so we could be the best. And they're like, all right.
They want to be the very best, I suppose.
It was wild that she said that.
Where was I? Cole Hauser for 2. That's my doing. Ara. That's right. Cole Hauser's super chat is the one that birthed the Ara meme.
It's our G.I. Joe buddy.
Callum for 2. Does Disney get their money from child traffickers? Not sure. KCW for 199. Give him the meat and give it to him. Ara.
Oh, did you see your song?
Yeah, we played that. I don't know how he made a whole fucking song about one random thing of me in like a vlog or something, but there it was.
Well, you said give it to me raw.
Give me the meat and give it to me raw.
Where did you? I do not remember you saying that with that facial expression on any clip.
It had to be in like a stream or a vlog. I don't fucking know.
Because you're not at your desk. You're out and about.
I don't know. Lord of the Rings, or not Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power quote. Robo knows it for 5. My family invited me to Florida. My uncle wants to golf at Disney. How are the Disney golf courses? Is it worth paying?
Man,
they're probably nice.
Yeah, they're very nice. They're kind of, I don't know how much they cost now, but I played on one of those courses like 6 years ago. It was like, holy crap. So they were really nice. But if you're in Central Florida near Disney, there are hundreds of golf courses around the area that are just as nice, that are not as expensive. Just FYI. So, but if you want to do a Disney course, they're really, I mean, everything is decorated. Like the greens look like the shape of Mickey, like the hidden Mickey stuff. So they have all that stuff out there. But there's hundreds of amazing golf courses here in Central Florida.
Vault 95 Survivor for $1 over on Rumble. Jay, we heard you shut down half the Disney park in Florida wearing your Canadian Bear outfit.
I fell asleep on a tree, apparently. Hey, that tranquilizer gun was nice, though, man. It sent me to a beautiful place in Neverland.
Callum for 5. The character I hope Lucasfilm never sodomizes is Captain Rex. He's the only manly character left.
Balin?
Rex from
I know,
Clone
but
Wars.
Balin's not. You don't think Balin was a manly character?
Well, that's like a brand new character. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay,
I think he means in terms of stuff from before it got.
Oh,
sold.
I got you.
I hate that people have pushed this idea, and I don't even know if Disney's confirmed it or not. The idea that the fucking old man is Captain Rex on Endor. It's not him. That's a unique character, has his own fucking story and backstory. That's not fucking Rex. It never has been, but that's what people had. It has to be Rex to them because that's the only thing that has meaning for them is some sort of fucking jangling key if they throw it there. But that's a different story. Peter Hewitt for 2. These two dudes who went to the Beyonce concert. I don't know what you're talking.
I didn't go.
I don't know what you're talking about. Your average Patriot nerd for 199. Thank you. The Sith Lord is a metalhead for 5. Hey guys, hope all is well. 5K for a drink and they wonder why they're losing money. Jay, is Ryan as brutal as you? Be safe, guys. What does that mean?
Is Ryan as brutal as me? I don't know in reference to what, but I'll just say yes.
Callum for 2. Have you seen Snapping Turtles?
Yeah, multiple.
Not like lately. I mean, I've seen them in my life randomly. But yeah. We got to talk about Aquaman though, Jay.
Yeah.
Listen, DC has been a rough year for DC. All right. We've had Black Adam flop. Shazam 2, massive flop. Blue Beetle flop. The Flash, maybe one of the biggest flops in Warner Brothers history in terms of how much money it's going to lose them. But there's one more thing that's left to release, and that is Aquaman 2. We finally got a trailer less than 100 days out, and they're finally starting to promote this thing. Who knows how much money they're going to spend promoting it, because there's a lot of rumors out there that they've already basically given up. They know it's likely not going to do all that well. But one of the things we started to hear were that people were walking out of Aquaman 2 during some of the test screenings when this thing was in production. We've heard this for a couple months now, but recently Grace Randolph brought it up again in her trailer, in her take on the trailer. Listen to this.
I think that's fine for a first trailer, but because I've heard people walked out of the test screening, I'd like to get a little bit of a better feel for the story, because that makes me very nervous. But what is
Now, the thing that is making people walk out of the trailer, it's not just Amber Heard's, presence, although that would be understandable. It's actually something else. This is the new report, the new rumor that's out there. Aquaman 2 kills baby. Viewers walk out.
What? Wow.
Scoopers reveal a disgusting scene takes place in James Wan's sequel. Now, if you watched the trailer, you saw that one of the first things, hey, I'm a husband and a father now, and they show the little baby and him spending time with the baby. If this is true, if these scoopers who have talked about this are right, here you go. This baby's going to fucking die, by the way, says, can we get some toast? Right? If that's true, it's not necessarily unprecedented. It actually happened in the comics in a similar fashion. Sometime in the 70s, Aquaman was put in this position where he was trapped and he was trying to save his child, him and Mira's child, and he got there too late. The baby died. And that was pretty dark. That was back in the 70s at some point in Aquaman movies or in Aquaman comic books. So it wouldn't surprise me if they try to utilize that. The idea of having a child die or something is also not something we haven't seen before in movies. But the fact that people got up and walked out has to tell you that there's something must be something very disturbing or graphic about it, at least when they were screening it. To be fair, they could have changed all those things since then. They've gone through 3 rounds of reshoots for this mess. But apparently this is the reason that people were walking out of test screenings for Aquaman 2. Is there any hope for this movie? What's your take on this rumor?
The movie could be so bad that when it got to this scene, they just decided to leave. And this is the excuse that they're using. There is absolutely no hope for this film, sadly. And I think the bar graph will go even lower, in my opinion, on Aquaman 2. There's no reason for anyone to watch this. People can wait till it comes out on streaming or wherever. There's no point in spending all that money to go to the theater and see where this universe goes, because this is the end of the. What universe is this? This the Snyder universe, I guess, maybe, or
they're basically saying, well, this movie isn't really connected to anything. It's just its own standalone sequel. But we could have there is enough room for a third movie if they wanted it. Shit like that. Nobody has any idea.
Yeah. See, it's just they've done way too much damage with when they started with James Gunn. It's gonna redo the whole thing. and all their announcements. Like people just don't care. I know you talked about this earlier, but this is here. If you want to share this, this is the the line graph going in the wrong direction for the DCEU since 2013. But look at this here. Aquaman was their biggest bump.
Yeah, 1.1 billion.
And then good old Shazam just started the trend. And then we had a little bump with Black Adam and a little bump with Flash, but still way below like the normal here with Man of Steel, Batman vs. Superman, Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman, Justice League, then Aquaman. And then look, Blue Beetle being at the bottom. And
the thing is, that's a little like misleading too, just because like look at Shazam and Black Adam, right? The first Shazam and Black Adam almost like made very similar amounts. I think Shazam made 370 million, Black Adam made around 390. The difference is the first Shazam movie had a very small budget.
The budgets,
right.
You
know what I mean? So it actually made money, whereas Black Adam lost money.
Right.
And obviously the second Shazam did not make any money at all. But it's kind of interesting to see that there's just.
Well, I was just showing how like it just.
100%. It's fizzled out. Like they have not made when you looked at that graph. Out of the last 7 movies, maybe 8 movies that DC has released.
You mean to pull it back up?
Yeah, sure. Out of the last 7 or 8 that they've released, none of them have made money DCEU wise. Starting with Birds of Prey. Let me pull that or pop this back in there. So Birds of Prey lost money. Wonder Woman 1984 lost money. The Suicide Squad lost money. Black Adam lost money. Shazam Fear the Gods lost money. The Flash lost money. And Blue Beetle lost money. Like, that is a bad that is a horrific stretch. So it makes Marvel struggles look not big of a deal.
Yeah, so these past 6 are all in the red.
Yeah.
And Birds of Prey was the last movie, and look how low it is, that actually made a somewhat of a profit.
No, that lost money.
Oh, that lost money too. So Shazam in 2019
the last profitable DC movie.
And look at the drop. I mean, that's crazy.
Now, you have in that same time period, I think Joker was released in 2019, right? That's a standalone $1 billion DC movie, not connected to this universe. And then The Batman was released last year. That made, $750 million, something like that. That made money for them, but that had nothing to do with this universe either.
Right.
So it's been a rough stretch, and I don't think there's really any reason to believe Aquaman 2, despite being the sequel to a $1 billion movie, is really going to be any different for them.
Do you think they should have released this thing earlier? Because it was scheduled to... Aquaman 2 was scheduled to release the same weekend as Avatar: The Way of Water. They were supposed to... And then they kind of mixed things up with Shazam. I remember making videos on it on my other channel about like who would be the king of the box office that weekend, Aquaman or Avatar. But then they kept pushing things back. And I mean, this thing's been pushed back almost a year.
Well,
if not longer.
The reason isn't just because it was ready, they didn't release it. The reason was they did 3 different rounds of reshoots on this. And they also flopped the order, right? And now whether they decided to do that because there were some things that they were originally going to use to set up something in the Flash, which then they decided they didn't need that or are going to cut that, whatever, who knows? There's been rumors of 2 different Batmen having appearances at one point or another in Aquaman, both Ben Affleck's Batman and Michael Keaton's Batman. Now, none of those are for sure. We don't know what's in the movie anymore. It's just a fucking nightmare.
Why would they just why would Michael Keaton's Batman be in there? Like, is there any rhyme or reason as to how that would have been pulled through a multiverse just to show up, or is it like, well, Aquaman's actually in this universe, like, but he wasn't because he was in Justice League.
Well, the ending of The Flash was not supposed to be George Clooney. The ending of The Flash was originally supposed to be Keaton.
That's right.
Right. And the realization that he's kind of altered the timeline. And Keaton was supposed to be in the Batgirl movie.
That's right.
And Keaton was supposed to do all these other things. They fucking got rid of that. They shit canned that. They bring George Clooney in there for a retarded laugh. But then there was also reports of Ben Affleck on scenes for Aquaman reshoots. Now who knows? Nobody knows.
That's one day, man. Maybe we'll get the full story. They'll come out and be like, yeah, it was supposed to be this. And everyone will be like, man, that would have been awesome. So
There was a report that came out about a month ago from Hollywood Reporter called "The Quest for a Better Aquaman," and it's like 3 rounds of reshoots, Amber Heard, 2 Batman, like all this drama.
Jeez.
Um,
You think it would have done better if they had just went ahead and released it sooner, or would the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial totally have screwed it even worse? Because that they probably would have released that while that was going on.
Say that again.
Do you think if they released it earlier, it might have done better? There would have been more of a buzz if they had like just said, well, we're not going to do the reshoots, we're just going to like release it as is, or it just would have confused the whole timeline even worse.
From my understanding, the initial screenings for it were just absolutely horrific.
Okay.
Right? So that's why they had to do all these things.
Gotcha.
Ironically, Batgirl's tested higher than virtually all of the things that were in production at Warner Brothers during that time. Yet they decided to cancel that one.
Canceled that one almost completed. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Chris Bolts for 10. One Piece can get woke if Oda allows certain attributes of his character to be oversold by Netflix. Bon Clay, Eva, Yamamoto, Morley, and King Kunojo are characters who could be misinterpreted by Netflix.
I guess. Well, I haven't. When you haven't watched anything else, so I guess we'll see.
I don't know who those people
like the
are.
anime or like reading the books. You don't know how they can be misinterpreted if you don't know.
Callum for 2. He cuts his hand to save the baby. I don't know. Here's the thing. I don't know if they kept that in there. The way I looked at that trailer, like Black Manta is clearly trying to kill his entire, like everything he cares about. That's the point of it. And then you see the house or the lighthouse, whatever it is, on fire. So maybe his dad dies. Maybe the baby dies. Who fucking knows? Looks pretty, that like if they do that, that would be pretty dark for the type of trailer that they released.
Yeah.
The trailer certainly seems to be a little bit more, hey, Marvel, fun.
Yeah.
Aquaman somebody sent me this the other day. The fact that Aquaman was drying out his suit on a clothes hanger makes no fucking sense.
Yeah.
The dumb motherfucker's in the water. Why do you need to dry out your suit?
Yeah, exactly. That's true.
It's for when you're in the water. I don't get it. What? Whatever.
True. I didn't even think about that.
But we are all caught up. Jay, what do you got going on now that you're back for a couple days?
I'm actually going live, my Tuesday live stream at 12:30 over on my channel. And then we have Tuesday night's main event tonight. And then on Thursday, I'm on a plane to Utah. So everything else will just get all messed up. Thanks, Gina, until I get back again. So that's all I got going on.
Of all the places you can hang out for a couple days, Salt Lake City, Utah.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of people that are there from that area of the country, though, it's going to be fun for them.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have hopefully we'll be able to make an announcement of like some more dates that of some other cons that she's been looking into that she wants to do. So fingers crossed. I really gonna push to see if she can get to MegaCon Orlando in February. So I think that'd be kind of cool. We're all here, you know. We'll see.
That'd be awesome. It's coming up February or something like that, right?
Yeah, February 1st through the 3rd, I think, right here. So we'll see.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for us today. We are on time. We're on time. That's how we roll, okay? Fucking
that's how it works
o'clock,
with
I'm
me
like,
and Ryan.
It's time for me to fucking eat, bro. As soon as 12 o'clock hits,
Yeah.
I need to fucking eat and go work out, do all that good stuff. So thank you guys for hanging out with us. We appreciate it. It's probably going to be me and Jeremy on Friday, I guess, since Jay's not going to be available. And Jeremy will probably be back on here tomorrow, I'd imagine, too. So, but Thomas Smith for $10. Wait till Sanji goes to the island of trannies. I don't know what that is. Is that a real thing?
I don't know. I guess we'll wait and see.
It's anime, so it wouldn't surprise
you never
me.
know what
All
could
you
happen.
fucking degenerates. Anyway, I will talk to you guys tomorrow. And we'll see you at Tuesday night's main event tonight at 8 p.m. We'll talk to all you guys later. Bye.